So many things is not making the African responsible, but they don't know. They don't know from a higher perspective. They don't know that they are not being responsible because they want to belong. You see, in a situation whereby an African want to take decision, they would like to go to another religion in order to do that. And so, let's say for instance, if this person wants to marry 2 or 3, if the person is a Christian, he has to move to another religion, Muslim, in order to be what? To marry 2 or 3, because in the Christian religion, it's not possible. From a higher perspective, this is a decision that one wants to take. But the person has to belong in order to do that because of what people will say, family, society will say. You see, but you are a Christian, why are you marrying this thing? Why are you a Christian and you are doing this? So this person has to move from this religion to the other religion in order to marry 2 or 3. So from a higher perspective, this person is simply not responsible. But the person doesn't know. All he knows is this religion. This is what they do. This is how it is. If I want to take this decision, then I have to belong to this religion in order to do the things they do. Most Africans are yet to understand that their lives is for them. And what I mean by their life is for them, the energy within, you see, which is God, for which Africa is a God's country, many are yet to know. Many are yet to know. And so when it comes to decision making, they want to belong in order to take certain decisions. They don't know that when it comes to marriage, it's a personal decision. They don't know. They don't know because they don't know self. Imagine a situation whereby an African woman has to feel safe when it's caught, when they sign court. If it's not court marriage, this woman will not feel safe. And this woman will give reasons why she will not be safe. And that reason, from a higher perspective, is a clear sign that the African woman is yet to know who they are. And if it's because of the man's family, then the man also does not know who they are. If a man, you see, can allow himself for families to be crossing their boundaries, that is where a woman will not feel safe. You see, that is why a woman will not feel safe. But if there are situations whereby there are some men, you see, no family can cross their boundaries, yet this woman will not feel safe. You see, yes, because this woman is yet to know who they are. But yet still, there are situations whereby the woman will agree, okay, yes. But still, after marriage, they'll still call for this thing. You see, they'll still call for it. They'll still call for it. That is how, this is what is happening in Africa. Just take a critical look at this. A situation whereby a family member, you see, was telling me that this is what is happening in their church. You see, the new directive is, you know, if you miss a service, you will be the one to scrub the bathhouse, you see, the washrooms. And when she came and this was said to her, the pastor has somebody who will make sure the members will do that. And so when this person told her this, her reply to this person is it a school? Is it a school that when I'm absent, I didn't come, I couldn't make it, I missed a service, I have to come and scrub the bathhouse? This is what this family member told this person. This was the question she asked. And so from her perspective, she knows that it is useless. It is senseless for the pastor to even make that decision, even though members are following. If you miss a service, you have to come and clean the washrooms. Now let's look at this. This same family member who told me this knows that the pastor, you see, is having an affair with a young lady in the church, more like a church girl. You see, she has some small room there that she sleeps in there. The pastor is having sex with, having an affair. You see, he's chopping the lady, the young girl. And this family member is aware, but he's still going to the church. Even the washroom, for which she said, is it a school? For which she said, is it a school? It was nonsense to her. She also knows that the pastor, you see, family, members in the church, some know that, she knows, and some of the members know that this is what the pastor is doing. He's chopping. The pastor who is married is chopping the young girl in the church. She knows, but she's still going. So from a higher perspective, is this being responsible? Because you know, but you are still going. See, this is what the pastor is doing, but you are still going. This is what is going on in most of the churches. Members knows that this is what the pastor is doing, yet they still go. There are situations whereby people will see certain things happening in the church, and then they will stop. And then you will have members or pastors or elders come to call these persons back in. You see, when they ask them, why do you stop? They say, I saw these things, and I think it's not right. Then this is what they tell this person. Most cases, you are not going, you are not attending the church for the pastor or for this member, or you are not attending the church for these things. You are coming to the church because of God. You see, this is what they tell them. This is what they will tell you, And so, from this family member, this is what is in her head. After all, I can see these things. But, if I go to church, it's for God. I'm worshiping God and not the pastor. That's why I think it's in her mind. You see, because this family member, anytime you are talking to them, you see, when you try to make them see things from a different perspective, they know God. They know God. They don't know. They are yet to know. They know God. And that is how Africans are thinking. Africans don't see themselves as God. And so, from a higher perspective, an African will be doing things as a slave and will not know. And will think it is right to do, because that is what the Bible says. Most of the systems and the things that Africans do are not making them responsible, but they don't know. Just like the first human who were perfect in the Bible, Adam and Eve. These persons were perfect, said the Bible. But these two humans were not responsible. When they asked, where were you? He said, I'm naked. God, I'm naked. Oh, God, I'm naked. God, I'm naked. He said, hey, who told you to go and do? Why are you naked? He said, I want to eat the fruit. Who told you to eat it? He says, the snake. When they asked Adam, Adam said, it is the first human. When they asked Adam, Adam said, it's the wife. When they asked the wife said, it's the snake. They blame it on a snake. They blame it on a snake, on the animal, on the reptile. You see? So let's begin to ask ourselves whether these two humans were responsible. Responsible. Let's begin to ask ourselves whether these two humans, you see, were responsible. Were they? You are not perfect, they say. And so Africans are waiting to be perfect like Adam and Eve. You see, the first human who were not responsible. Adam blamed the wife also blamed the snake. These were perfect humans, but they were not responsible. They clearly show you that they were not responsible. They were not responsible. It's in the Bible. Were they responsible? Because they were blaming it on an animal. Were they responsible? These are perfect humans. And so this is what Africans are waiting to be. Because you are yet to know that the God that you are serving, you see, the God that you are serving, is you that you have to serve. The energy within you, the one that is making you hear what I say, is what you should know, that is God. Even in the letter 7, in the letter 7, like you serving something, how many letters are in there? It is 7. How many letters are there in 7? It is 6. It should tell you that this universe, it is cold. Things in this universe are codes. So if you don't know who you are, there's no way you understand this universe. Because you are a universe. This is what your pastors, they don't know. They don't know. So they are yet to know who they are. Same as you. That is why I'm telling you that if you want to live life, you want to see what Barnabas did, and what the same thing to also live life, you will fail. You will fail. If you want to marry, and you want to see how Barnabas, Jehoshaphat, did in the Bible, you see, before you also live life, you will fail. You will fail. Because you have to know who you are. When you get in touch with this energy, the energy that is making you hear what I say, that is God, which is you. When you get in touch with it, when you know who you are, then now you can make decisions for yourself. You are not going to look at what somebody is going to. You are not going to look at someone. You're not going to look at someone. It's what you feel. If you don't know who you are, you will feel something and you think it's right. You go and do it and it will be mess. It will be a mess. That is what we see Africans do. And that is why, from a higher perspective, most Africans are not responsible, but they don't know. They have to belong in order to be responsible. You see, they have to belong in order to be responsible. Because when they belong, then now somebody can tell them, now do it this way. The system, this is how we do it. Do it this way. Even if you don't feel like it, you have to do it. Because it's this God. Because they use God. The God too is you. You've forgotten who you are. You know, it is codes. You see, just like things in this universe are codes. When you give birth, that code should be passed down to your kids. And so from generations, from many, you see, our ancestors, your great-great-grandfather, the ones who were learning the Bible, you see, they learned so many things that they shouldn't have learned. And those things, you know, are codes, which is in their DNA. And then they gave birth to your grandfather. Your grandfather also gave birth to your mother. You see, and then they pass it down to you. So Africans have forgotten who they are. Have forgotten who they are due to these things, you know, because it is cold. It's like how when you marry a liar, your son or your daughter will also be a liar. It's a code that will be passed down. That's like how people say, hey, he's just like the mother. He's just like the father. He can lie, papa. Hey, she can lie, you. She can lie. I told you for. She can lie, papa. You see? And to this kid, until you grow up, when you are from such family, until you grow up to what? Work on yourself. Know who you are. You will simply be like them. You take certain decisions. You see, that is why you see people, you see, from certain families, and then they will tell you how how useless their family members are. Yet you see these persons doing the same line. You think it's the devil. You see, the devil, they go and pray. Oh God, God, but you do the same thing. Because these persons don't know that it's information to know self, so you can be different from others. So you can take decisions that people will not understand, but you will be so much glad and happy about it. That is how it is, because the moment you begin to know who you are, you take decisions that people who are around you will not understand. They will not get you. They will not get you. You're like, what is wrong with this guy? What is wrong with this lady? What is wrong with this our family member? What is wrong with him? What is wrong with him? But they don't know what you are doing. You know it's a decision that you are taking. You know, and you so much believe. And then when you begin to know who you are, when your awareness increases, persons who think that the things you are doing are nonsense, the things you are doing are nonsense or does not make sense to them, and so they'll begin to react in a certain way to make you see that what you are doing is nonsense, will not move you. Why? Because you know, you are convinced in what you are doing. They are not. That is why they keep running to certain places for helps that even the people that they run to for help, they don't know that these persons also don't know. You see how serious it is. You see how serious it is. A situation whereby somebody will see you that the decision you are making, because you know yourself, the decision you are making, if you know yourself, that they see it like it doesn't make sense, they will rather think that they are making sense for thinking that way. Sometimes they try to convince you to understand them because they are worried. They are worried because of their level of awareness. They can't see from your perspective. They cannot see from your perspective. If you know who you are, that is why I'm telling you that you have to know who you are. You see, you have to know who you are. It's the secret. It's the secret. It's not belonging to a religion. Just as how people are forgetting themselves to a point where they have to belong to a church. You see, they have to belong to certain religions so that when they give birth, they will buy them something. When they marry, they'll come and give them gifts. Tell me if it's not yourself you are denying. Because the best place to be is within. That is how you can understand the universe. That is how you can see there's so many great things in you. Because it is there. It is there. It is lying down. It is lying down. Because you say you don't want to know it, it is there. Until you are ready to what? Know it. Then it will pop up. And these are all stages. And so what are you listening to? What are you listening to, Africa? What are you listening to? Because what you are listening to is you. It is you. It will turn to a belief system. You see, I said if you know who you are, you can be in certain situations. You can be in certain situations. And because you know who you are, you know that, this is not me. This is not me. Because you can see from a higher perspective. And so you are not shaking. You are not shaking. But somebody who does not know who they are will be running. You see, fear and panic. That is why people can easily be convinced into a ditch. But they will not know that it's a ditch. You see, they will create situations that will make you panic. Because they know you don't know yourself. So when they put you in that state, you see, then they can tell, then they will tell you, this is the solution. Come. You will die. Just like the corona. That is how it is. But if you know who you are, you can see from a higher perspective. You are not moved. You are not moved. You are not moved because you are a system on your own. See, so even the system that is making sure the people don't see things from a different perspective, you are God over it. You see, the system, that is why I'm telling you that you should know who you are, right? If you know who you are, like me, I'm a system on my own. You see, if you know who you are, that is when you can be a god over the system that is making sure that people of Africans don't see things from a different perspective. Nothing. The things that will move people doesn't move me. Because I can clearly see that it's moving people to a ditch. But the people who are in it will not know. Why? Because they don't know self. If you don't know self, there are so many things that the universe will show you, and you will never see it. It will be in your faces, all right, but your awareness will never go there. It will never go there because you don't want to know it. Even in situations whereby something will happen to you, so you can see from a higher perspective in that situation. You still go to someone who doesn't know who they are to look into that situation, and will even mess things up. That is why Africans cannot know who they are. That is why. I tell you, that is why. Because even the places that they are going to, they don't even know. The person even does not know himself. How can they know that this person knows? Information as this is what will change. You see? It's what will change your thinking, how you see life. Because everything is belief. Your belief system. See, belief system, there are so many blocks in it. Don't go beyond. Just like the Bible, don't go beyond. If you go beyond, you are turning against God, they say. But the God is you. You see, they will not tell you. The system will not tell you. You see, and your pastor, who is also using this thing, this religious leader who is also using these things, will not tell you. The Quran, they will not tell you. They will not tell you. They will not tell you. So how can you know? How can you know? Because even the person who is using it does not know that he has to go beyond it. The person who is using it knows that they don't have to go beyond it. The person who is using the Bible knows that I don't have to go beyond it. So what will this person also tell members? They also not. They also should not. And so automatically, members also cannot. You see how it is? Yes. So just as how the members fear, same way the pastor also. So who knows who they are? Who knows who they are? Situations whereby an African will tell you, the Bible there is given to us by God. And so we can't go beyond it. Hey, we can't do anything without the Bible. You see, these persons are deep into these teachings. And so for an African, someone to make such statement, you have to know. People who make such statements, most of the time they are going through things that all they need is information to make them see from a higher perspective what they are in. But sometimes when they are talking to this person, they are not listening. Because the Bible, see, the Bible. So an African will continue to do the same thing over and over and over again, thinking they are doing these things for the energy within, thinking they are doing it for God, thinking they are doing it for self. But that is self-denial. Because if you don't want to know the energy within, there's no way you can know. Knowing, when they say somebody knows, when they say somebody knows, they know who they are. If you understand things, if you read things, if you know about certain happenings, does not mean you know. That is what the world want people to believe. People who, they read, they have read a lot. Say this person is learned, this person is this person is that. You see, because these persons who they say they are learning, they are this, they are that, they are that. Yes, they speak all right. They can tell you certain things to make you believe that they know. But give them certain positions whether they won't fail. Give them certain positions whether they won't fail. They will fail. Because in all their lives, they just know how to memorize things. And that is how people see them, as they know. But they don't know self. That is why when you give them position, they fail at it. That is why when you give them position, you see, they fail. That is why when they are going through certain situations, that is why when they are going through certain things, they don't think that they can get help. They don't think they can get help. You see, that is why when they are going through certain situations, they don't think they can get help. They don't think. They don't think they can get help because everybody knows that they know. They know, but from a higher perspective, they don't know. They don't know. And these persons who act like they know, but they don't know, when they meet persons who knows, they know that this person knows. But when people are there, sometimes they try to act as if there are situations whereby you meet some persons. You see, you meet some persons, and when you are talking, you see, when they are talking, because of the things you are saying, sometimes it is husband and wife. I've seen these things before. A husband and then a wife, and then when I was explaining something to them, the wife was listening. The wife want to know. You see that all the things that I'm saying, make sense. But the man doesn't even want the wife to even listen to it, because this man is beginning to feel like he doesn't know in front of them, because always, you see, he's the type that I could see that he's the type that act like he knows. I'm the man type. You see, I'm the man type, even though he doesn't know. And so in situations whereby, even when the woman says something, he's trying to make him know that, yeah, I know. So when they met me, and when I was explaining things to them, you see, this man, the man was feeling uncomfortable. But this man is a Christian, holding the Bible so tightly, does not joke with the Bible, pray morning and evening. You see, pray morning and evening. You see, hold the Bible so tight. But you see, the conversation, you see, is making this man uncomfortable, because he has met somebody who knows. You see, he has met somebody who knows, and he can see from her wife's reaction. You see, he can see that from her wife's reaction, that this person knows. Look at how my wife is listening to this person. You see, so now he's beginning to feel like he's useless. You see, that is how it is. And so this person will never know until something, you see, happens, and then you begin to see from a higher perspective the situation or what is making him act so, until he's ready to know. You see, until something happens, or he will take it upon himself that, okay, this time around, this is what I've seen. I've seen this, it's not helping me. Let me humble myself and listen to these persons. Because there are some people, when they meet you, they think they are older, you see, and so automatically they have sense more than you. That is what they think. You see, and so when I meet persons this way, when they are overreacting and trying to prove that they know, so people around can see these things, I just like to cut the conversation short, because you have met somebody who see from a higher perspective, and when this person, you are having a conversation with me, you are feeling uncomfortable. Then I will leave. Then I'll cut it so short. So you keep being in that situation. It's as simple as that. I've been doing that. Because for me, I just want to help you. Just like this information that I'm sharing with you. I just want you to know who you are. I want you to see things for yourself. Begin to see fake people for who they are. See people for who they are. You get it? That is how it is. I want you to see things from a higher perspective. And so if you're acting like you know, I just leave you. You want the hard way. So I'll leave you. And sometimes you go, you see that there's no solution anywhere. You see, people, Africans are belonging because they don't believe in themselves. That is what makes it painful. They don't believe in themselves. And so the help that has to come means that they have to belong. So the help can come. So that help will come. Marriage help, naming ceremony help, funeral help, most especially funeral. Hey, when my mother died, when my father died, when my auntie died, when my husband died, when my wife died, it's why somebody is in religion. Even if most of the things does not resonate with this person, it's still there. Even in situations whereby things does not resonate with these persons from a higher perspective, but it's still there because of help, because of the help. So many Africans are denying that God energy, for which they are. They don't know that Africa is a God's country. They don't know, and so and they don't know that they are gods. You don't know that you are gods. And so you keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, and you think you are doing it for God. You see? That is how it is. So until you take it upon yourself and understand that this religion is not me. It takes me to be in this religion. Then you are preparing your mind. It takes me to be in that religion. Because some people see that is a responsibility. It's their responsibility to be in that religion. It's my responsibility to do the things, anything that the religion says that I should. That is how some people think. And so if you want to move out, if you want to know who you are, you have to start thinking differently. Just like how you are listening to this information, you increase. That is how it is. If you are ready to let go of the belief system, if you are ready to let go of the limiting beliefs, because everything that you do starts from you.